All right, so when you take a look at meme coins, there's two things you can look at. You can look at quality products that still kind of fall into the meme category. Then you can look at the true low coins. I won't call them what they really are. We'll break on into all that good stuff today. My name is Paul Barron. Welcome back into Tech Bath. All right, so we're going to talk about Doge and we're going to talk about Shiba. And I know many times you guys are, Paul, don't talk about those. This is, these are crap coins. These are not what we want to be talking about. We need to talk about real solid projects. The reason I wanted to take the time today is to take a look at the way that it brings people in. It's like a spider web. It brings in all of these aspects around how people are investing in these things. And it's the thing that I feel like is the problem. So if you're thinking about investing, what I want you to do is jump over to our sponsor, and that is Bybit. And except I want you to do one different thing, and that is take a look at some real projects that have one, good longevity, and also meet the litmus test in terms of maybe tokenomics. They meet the litmus test in terms of partnerships, in terms of aspects of growth in a particular market, not in the fact that the community and the crowd is moving into these. So check out Bybit. You can get 0 fees on all spot pairs. And it's really a great place if you're looking to do some creative trading. And I still like the zero spot fees for sure. It's one of my most favorite things they've got going right now. And of course, get into Bybit Earn as well if you're looking at getting into some high yields with all that. Make sure and just click the link below. It does help the channel out. Let's get into it today, and I want to talk about the whole aspect of where and what might be fueling some of this conjecture around things like Shiba and also Doge. Doge. Twitter shares cruise toward Musk's offer price, which is 54 bucks a share, as the deal deadline looms. Many people are pointing at this Friday being the date in which Elon is going to take the reins of the bird. And then I think he's going to give everybody else the bird. And we're probably going to see a lot of people getting repositioned for new opportunities and really get into what may be the real work that needs to happen at Twitter. Now, there's some very interesting things here. Twitter could be a very pivotal role player in not only the birth and adoption of how crypto payments will make their way into social networks, but more importantly, the uniqueness of how Elon may bring a different style of development, innovation, and engineering to a company that's had a lot of struggles. So I think that in itself will be a bit of a challenge. We'll see how it plays out because he's very fond of Doge. He likes that. Whether that plays out, I think you'll continue to see maybe some little swing opportunities. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to step back for a second and think about Doge and Twitter, think about Doge and Twitter, but think about Doge, Shiba, and other crap coins that is it really a good time for you to be investing in these? And I'm not trying to say you should or should not, because I don't give you financial advice here. What I try to do is get you to think straight into how you are going to take your investing strategies moving forward. And I think when you look at what's happening in the coins like this, these meme tokens, is you can almost bet on any layer 1, layer 2, some of the innovative projects that are starting to show some real life in certain sectors. All of those I feel like would be a better bet long run in the next bull run. So I think you just have to take those things into consideration. Now, one thing that makes me pause for a moment is like this tweet right here from Elon. A beautiful thing about Twitter is how it empowers citizen journalism. People are able to disseminate news without an establishment of bias. If he takes that statement and just blends it out one more sentence and says without an establishment bias and without decentralized finance control. In other words, if he implements some sort of payment technology within this where people could Venmo-ish type transactions, and we start to see the potential use of maybe some meme assets in there, I think it will end up being Bitcoin, Litecoin, others that will most likely find their way in there. And of course, we know how the Lightning Network will eventually be part of this as well. But I am very concerned about, not concerned, but watching what Elon is doing, because I think this is a very critical point in time right now for all of crypto, really. I think this is a big step in the right direction for a lot of these types of tokens. Friday after work drinks with Twitter's new owner Elon Musk. This guy is just such a he's such a media hound. He just loves it. He loves it. And if you look at some of the things they pointed out in here that I thought was interesting, this is kind of an interesting point right here. I want to highlight this right here. Okay, so he's obviously vowed the bank's assisting with roughly $13 billion in financing for the deal that would be closed on the end of the week, and the banks have completed the final credit agreement. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. So I think with that factor playing in, we're going to see some very interesting moves in the space of where Twitter is moving. Now, will it happen quickly, and how this could have some implications on crypto? Still kind of up in the air. So they kind of talk about it right here a little bit, and it's just, you know, crypto wallets on Twitter. If it does, I think it's still a few months away, and maybe even longer, even though they have implemented some technology. I know Dorsey also moved a lot of that back into his plan of how that might look. This could also play into the political arena, which we'll get into today, but that also has a very interesting aspect. But the news comes a few days after rumors emerged that Twitter may be working on the cryptocurrency wallet, according to security researcher. This was the one we reported on a little bit earlier. And then on the 25th, she tweeted that the platform was working on a wallet prototype. So if it does happen right there, this could be pretty big. Now, again, it may carry along some of these meme tokens, but I think you're going to see some of the traditional projects outside of the meme tokens really start to see acceleration if something like this does occur. And the bigger thing here is that it has a longer opportunity for you as an investor and a much more better position to kind of play into it. So everybody's talking about a $1 Doge. I mean, whether it comes or it doesn't, if Doge is $1, then you can bet that we're going to see Matic at an all-time high. You know, just seeing ridiculous numbers right here. And I mean, this is the kind of stuff that's happening right now out there on CT. You just gotta grin and bear it, try to step back from it, and understand that this is what makes sense most of all. And that is this market cap table. Right here is a good example of this. Here's Doge right here setting in at 9 billion. All right, and then you take a look at who's right underneath them. Oh, that's Polygon. Imagine that, Polygon setting at 8 billion. This is going to happen. We're going to see a flip. Doge is going to get eaten up by the real projects. And I know you Doge guys and you Doge lovers are out there. I'm not a big fan of these meme coins. And it's only because I look at the potential. Sure, they're fun. Even I love to do that, play in the meme coins occasionally. But it is just that. It's fun and it's gambling. And that's all it is. So just look at it that way. There's a lot of opportunity out here and a lot of these other projects that are real projects, real partnerships, real movement, real tokenomics, all of those kind of things that play into, I think, the future of this. Now, with all that being said, you've got Twitter really kind of on the edge right now. I think Apple and Twitter may be on the course for a collision. And here's why. Twitter's Elon problem could soon become Apple's Elon problem. And here's why. Remember when he went after Twitter? The idea was, hey, you got a bunch of bots out here, yeah. I'm going to just buy you guys and I'm going to give free speech back to the people. Now you have Apple out there doing these land grabs at 30% commissions, going in-app purchases, changing their terms, really putting some pressure on the creators in the space. And you've got Elon, though it's weird, because here you got Elon saying, should they even charge these kind of rates? I don't know that Elon could talk about that. Have you priced Tesla recently? I think you need to step back on that, but I do feel that he will reveal something for Apple that looks as though Apple is taking advantage of people. And Elon's one mastery above his engineering prowess is his ability to spin story. And that, to me, when you put Elon's spin on something, the ability to crush it, crater it, is real. The potential of that is real. And I think if Apple goes head to head with Elon, because he'll be there in a way in which he'll format this for the people. And if he does it in that direction, then Apple is in for a very interesting fight for sure. Last up, here's kind of just, yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about that. Sometimes they give me stuff here on the show that I like to talk about. Sometimes there's some stories in here that I'm like, yeah, this isn't really what I'm looking for. But that's okay, because one thing you can do is jump into our Diamond Circle. And if you haven't hit like on the video right now, jump in and hit like. It's one of the things that really helps us out. It helps other people out there start to learn as well, because this was going to obviously ramp up on this topic of meme tokens and the scenario that I think a lot of people need to be playing right now, and that is much more caution. Look at projects that are going to be longer play. Look at projects, and I know some of you guys are out there saying, but Paul, I can 100x. Yes, you could, but you can also go right over there to the blackjack table, right over to the roulette table, and maybe do the same thing. It's about equal odds for these kinds of scenarios. Think about it in that format, and I think it might change the way you're looking at stuff. I will say that there are some things happening out there. This is kind of I'll end on this note. This is from Shiba, and you can kind of see it right here. Congratulations to Google for partnering with Coinbase to accept crypto payments for cloud services. Google began accepting crypto payments, Shiba included in the list for cloud services early next year via integration with Coinbase. Now, again, listen, it's not a bad scenario where you have companies who are just kind of all-inclusive of tokens that they allow. But also remember the engineers that are doing this. Sometimes I feel like they're just punking people on these kind of scenarios for things like just this kind of issue. But when I think people start to get their head around them, they're going to understand really the kind of tokens that they need to be utilizing for moving monetary funds into services like Google Cloud and others. I don't think I would ever use Doge or Shiba on any kind of financial transaction. The volatility would be too great, too much at risk, because what happens? You get your Shiba hung up in an exchange for 6 hours, 8 hours. The market could implode in that period of time. It's a little different when you look at most of the projects that are much more stable, have better tokenomics, all those kind of things. So just take a look at all that, guys. If you're not in on our Diamond Circle, get in now. It's free. It's easy to jump into. And it's one of the things that really helps us understand what you guys are looking for. If you are listening in over on the podcast side of things right now, jump in over here to our YouTube. We do our live streams 3 o'clock each day. We're trying to do a couple more video formats here to give you guys a little bit more focused information. Let us know how you like it. Just drop in some comments down below, and we read them all. Thanks again for all that good stuff. If you guys want to reach me, it is out there on Twitter, @Paul Barron. We'll catch you next time right here on TechPath.